All right, it's the night before CPAC, and just as last year, there are other conferences here, and I found a lady here typing on her computer who's here for another conference. What's your first name, miss?
Leah.
Leah, and where are you from?
From Altoona, Pennsylvania.
Altoona, Pennsylvania. We passed through Pennsylvania on the way down because we wanted to bypass tolls. Now, I understand you're here for a maths conference. Can you tell me a little bit about that?
Sure. It's actually the National Association of Developmental Education.
National Association of Developmental Education. Tell me about that organization.
Yeah, they do. Sometimes when students come from school, graduate high school to college, they're not quite ready for college level math and English. And so they end up in developmental classes is what most places call them. And so this is the Association of Developmental Education trying to get those kids up to speed faster.
So your job is to try and bring people up to speed in is it strictly in math or in other disciplines as well?
I'm math, but the NAID is what we call it. They concentrate on math and English.
And how long has this organization been around?
You know, I don't know, but at least 20 years, more than that.
Now, how did you get involved in it?
I actually, whenever I graduated with my master's, I ended up teaching in the developmental studies program. And so a mentor dragged me to my first conference, and so I've just been involved ever since.
Now, how long have you been going to these conferences?
I haven't gone every year, but I think the first one I went to was in 1999.
So you've been coming for a while.
Yeah.
Now, from your experience, obviously if you've been coming since 1999, you've been doing this for probably about 20 years. What are the things that have retarded the progress of these students in math? Is it just physical disabilities? Is it poor teaching on the lower levels? Is it, I mean, you've seen changes in the culture, obviously, over the 20 years, too.
Absolutely.
What are the things that, in your opinion, have been the stumbling blocks that students have to overcome?
One big thing is a lot of schools don't require students to continue taking math through all of their high school years. And so if they pass whatever some schools require Algebra 2, some schools require geometry in order to graduate. And so some schools will say, okay, if you hit Algebra 2, you don't have to take math after that. Other schools will make them take a math credit each year. And so it's a mix between lots of people don't like math, and so they sort of avoid it, and having a big break between when you had math last and when you take it again. And so those two things are kind of like a perfect storm.
And math is really a subject that's a subject of fact, so you can massage other things in terms of opinion, but math, as the saying from the old Doctor Who episode goes, only in mathematics will we find truth.
Yeah, exactly.
So it makes a difference. Now, final question. If you were to talk, now obviously my sons are in their 20s, so it's past that time and so forth. If you were to talk to a parent of a 7 or 8 year old and give them advice to have them ready in math by the time they reach college, what advice would you tell such a parent?
Don't let the child be afraid of math or think that it's okay to not like math. I think math has a stigma, and so if you kind of get past the stigma and realize that you can do it, it turns into almost, it's more puzzle-like and more fun that way. And so between that and just making sure that they keep on taking math, good teachers too. I mean, good teachers too.
So you have to get a good teacher
and
and don't let them disengage with math.
You got it.
All right, well, thank you very much for your time and allowing me to interrupt you while you were doing your work.
Well, thank you very much.
Thank you.